Hi, my name is Rick, and I have an extreme passion for creating new and different types of fusion recipes. Today I'm going to be making a tandoori chicken sandwich, taking some portobello mushrooms and onions, sauteing them in a jerk seasoning, and layering that on top of the tandoori chicken. So let's get started. So we're going to be starting off with a yogurt-based marinade. For the marinade, we're going to be using the following ingredients. Minced garlic, 5 tablespoons. Minced ginger. We're going to have about 3 to 4 tablespoons of this. Some fresh coriander. Fresh mint. I'm going to take a half a chili. I'm going to cut it in half, depending on how you like your spice. Just going to cut it up a bit. Just going to help the blender. Throw that in there. I've got a tandoori paste that I've already pre-made beforehand, and we're going to throw that in the blender as well. I'm going to use about 3 tablespoons of this. Got cumin seeds, 1 tablespoon. Coriander seeds, another tablespoon, and salt and pepper, 1 tablespoon of each. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take about a half a cup of yogurt. You're going to put that in the marinade, and a half a cup of sour cream, 1%, 2%, whatever you prefer. All right. And cover that up with the lid. Put it on nice low mince or a pulse. And just pulse it up until you get all the ingredients nice and mixed. You don't want it too thin and you don't want it too thick. That should be good. So I've got a nice bowl here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my marinade in, and I'm going to get the chicken and put the chicken in here. Just pour that in there. I'm going to take 1 lemon. Now with the lemon, it's always best to kind of squeeze down and give it a nice little roll, because you want to get the juices out of the lemon. You don't want it to be stuck in the lemon. Cut it in half. And when you're straining the lemon, just make sure you put your hand underneath so you save all the seeds. And there's no seeds in your marinade. And the juices will just pour out as is. It's a nice juicy lemon. All right, 1 more. There we go. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take chicken breast. I've got 3 chicken breasts. We'll just take them out of the bag. Place them on your cutting board. Now with the chicken breast, what you want to do is you want to poke some holes in it, because you want to get that marinade inside of the chicken breast so it gets some nice flavoring in it. So you just take your knife or a fork and you just kind of give it some... Take your frustration out on the chicken breast, basically. Just watch out for your fingers so you don't stab yourself. Turn it around, do the same. That's good. Take your chicken breast, put it inside the bowl. Just give it a nice little mix and toss. Now with this marinade, you want it to sit for at least 12 hours in the fridge. You don't want to go... I mean, you can do it for an hour, but as I said, when you marinate the chicken, you want to marinate for a longer time. Any meat that you do, you want to marinate for a longer time. So you get that nice flavoring inside of the meat. So we're going to marinate this, let this sit in the fridge for 12 hours, bring it back, and we'll go hit the barbecue and make a nice tandoori chicken sandwich. Okay, so the chicken breast has been marinating in the fridge for 12 hours now. What you're going to do is you're going to take your barbecue, put it up to high heat at 300 degrees, and make sure it's nice and hot. Lightly grease the grill. You're going to take your chicken breast and place it on the barbecue. And you want to hear that nice sizzle. What we're going to do now is we're going to let it sear on each side for about a minute. Flip it, let it sear again for a minute, and then turn it down to 200 degrees. That way, what it does, it gives a nice sear on the outside, on both sides, and then when you're cooking it at low heat, it gives it a nice juiciness later on once it's done after about, I'd say about 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, the chicken breast has been searing for about a minute, minute and a half. We're going to flip them over now and let them sear for about another minute, minute and a half. Once the searing is done, we're going to bring the heat to medium, let them cook for about 10 to 12 minutes, and let us do its thing. All right, let's head over and make our toppings for the tandoori chicken sandwich. So what I've done, I've taken some olive oil, I've drizzled it over the portobello mushroom cap on the inside and outside, and on the mushroom on both sides. Taking some of the jerk seasoning and put it on both sides and rubbed it in evenly, so it's got a nice seasoning on both the inside and outside of the cap. What you're going to do now is place it on the barbecue and let it caramelize, and you're good to go. Okay, so we've got our toppings all seasoned up. We're going to put them on the grill. Take your portobello mushroom, place it right down, and take your onions. And just going to place them right on the grill. Let them get a nice sear. Let all those flavors mingle. And let the onions get nice and caramelized. I'm going to check up on our chicken now. Just give it a nice little flip. All right, close the grill and check up on it in about maybe 2 minutes. Okay, so we're just going to check up on our mushroom and onions. Just going to give it a nice little flip. All right, again, nice and caramelized with that jerk seasoning. Looking good. Just going to flip the chicken. Okay, now we're going to put together a creamy masala coleslaw. Now for this coleslaw, we need some pre-packaged coleslaw. You can get this from any supermarket. You need 1 tablespoon of salt. Dash that in there. 1 tablespoon of black pepper. Gonna need a little bit of onion. And with this onion, you're just gonna chop it up nicely. Let's give it a nice little toss that in there. And we've got this Marsala dressing that you can get from your local supermarket. And I've got about 1 cup in here. I'm just going to toss that in here. And give this a nice stir. You want to let this sit in the fridge for about an hour, just to let all the flavors mingle. This will go great with your sandwich. All right, so that's nicely mixed. You're going to take that, put it in the fridge for about an hour, cover it up, and once your sandwich is ready for to eat, bring this out, put it on the plate, and you're good to go. All right, guys, this is the fun part. We've got our fixings all together. We've got the tandoori chicken nice and juicy, and we're going to assemble this nice sandwich here. First, we're going to start off. We're going to put some nice masala dressing onto the bread. We're going to take some alfalfa sprouts and just layer that on top of the sandwich. All right, next goes the chicken breast. Nice little chicken breast right there, perfect. I'm going to put the sauteed onions with the jerk seasoning on them. The portobello mushrooms with the jerk seasoning on those as well. And some tomatoes. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is just going to take a splash of lime right on top there. That's good. Going to close that sandwich up. And look at that, guys. We got a nice masala coleslaw to go with our tandoori chicken sandwich with jerk seasoned portobello mushrooms and onions. I'm going to give it a shot here. That is really juicy. You can taste that tandoori chicken, nice and juicy. And then that jerk portobello mushroom and onions, oh, so good. Everything is just so juicy. You gotta be careful with the sandwich because all those juices are just gonna pour right out. And the masala coleslaw, just like home. That nice masala dressing from the coleslaw, the salt and pepper makes it a nice balance, and those red onions, perfect. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this meal. Please try it out. Thank you.